Welcome to Australasian Bus and Coach TV, and today we're in a very wet Melbourne, which is the headquarters of Petico Automotive, and they're now the distributor for a new bus to Australia, the Wrightbus, which is built in Northern Ireland, quite well known in the UK. And this particular version is the 8.8 metre Streetlite, as in L-I-T-E. It's a bit over 7 tonnes tare weight, and it's got the 4-cylinder, 5-litre new generation Mercedes-Benz engine with Euro 6 emissions technology, and it puts out a bit over 200 horsepower and 850 newton metres of torque, matched with the Voith 4-speed fully automatic transmission with retarder. This unit has what Wrightbus calls its micro-hybrid technology, and to explain what that is, we have Guy Pex, Sales and Marketing Manager for Petico.
Well, a micro-hybrid system powers a lot of the ancillaries electrically rather than directly off the engine, and that's power that's been stored in the micro-hybrid system and then used when required, so that essentially saves between 7 and 15% of fuel rather than being driven directly off the engine. The electric fans for engine air charge as well as cooling, power steering, electronic power steering, and there's also the option of a electric air compressor.
Now, from a driver's point of view, I think you probably can't get any better in a city bus than to be in an Isri seat on airbag front suspension, which is independent front suspension. And we went over a couple of railway crossings on our drive this morning and hardly felt them. So very smooth and comfortable for the driver. Everything you need is in easy reach. The transmission couldn't get any easier. There's not many buttons, you don't get overwhelmed by buttons, but nevertheless it does have full multiplexing and telematics capability if you want it. And one important thing that I should have mentioned too is that there are 4-wheel disc brakes. The acceleration is certainly nothing to write home about from the 4-cylinder engine, but in the city bus you don't want to be throwing passengers around. Nevertheless, once you're underway, it's a very smooth transmission through the gears. The only quibble I've got with that side of things is that you have to keep your foot fairly firmly on the brake at lights, and if you take it off it wants to surge forward a bit, but that's a fairly minor point. From the passenger's point of view, there's also heaps of space in this configuration. Nice big windows, great views everywhere. It gives the whole bus a feeling of light and space. Up the back also, however, there is a bit of vibration and a bit of noise, which gets better the closer up the front you come. Also, from the driver's point of view, there's heaps of room here in the driver's cockpit, and it's a very simple layout, and you can adjust the whole dash and steering wheel up and down, so that's very good. There's no doubt about this being a smart looking bus, both on the inside and the outside, but it's also functional from the point of view of operators who want to save operating costs, especially in fuel, in not running a big full-length city bus when they don't need to, and it's going to get around some tight residential streets a lot easier than a full-length bus as well. And let's face it, residential streets in Australia are getting tighter all the time.